This is not the end, but it's time to talk about the Pic-Fed.
We are untouchable, we are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Tanner here as always, and it's time we talk about UWF, UWF TLC, the Pic-Fed in general, and let's just not waste any time and get right into this. Like I said at the start, this is not the end, but things need to change, and I've said that before in the update that I posted way back in August. Before that, I think the last actual show I got out was in July, and my last pay-per-view was over a year ago at this point. The Pic-Fed's just completely taken a backseat. I said TLC was going to be out months ago. I posted the card for it probably back in like at least July, August, if not October, I think is whenever I did the kickoff show, but it still is not even close to being finished, and I really don't feel like finishing it. So with TLC, I've got the ladder match done. That match I really enjoyed. I forced myself through the Triangle Championship match with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and I think CM Punk. And then I was on the tag team match of the Club versus Cesaro and Kid, and it was just dragging on even more than the last match, and I was just really not enjoying it, like, at all. I was just enjoying it less and less the more I was forcing myself to do it, because I know you guys wanted me to get the show out. And earlier this year, whenever I made my New Year's goals, I basically said I was going to be making the content that I wanted to make. And I don't think since 2019 has started, I've really tried to Pic-Fed at all, because I just haven't wanted to. There's several reasons why I wasn't enjoying the Pic-Fed anymore. I had switched to a new format where I wasn't going to do episodes, where I was only going to do pay-per-views, because I thought I'd be able to, get it out quicker and it'd be better quality, a bit longer maybe. And it just made it even worse, because then storyline continuation just wouldn't exist, and it just made me not want to do it even less, because what's the point? It's going to take me forever to get them out. And whenever I was doing the episodes, I felt like the brand split really wasn't working, because I favored one brand over the other. I had all of my top guys on one show that I really enjoyed making, whereas the other show really suffered. Maybe you could tell, but SmackDown was a lot better than Raw whenever I actually did the episodes. There was constantly new figures coming out that I couldn't incorporate and figure out how to write on the show when I really wanted to. Guys like you can see on the screen right now in the back there, Tommaso Ciampa, Kurt Angle, Adam Cole. We've had so many amazing figures come out that I haven't been able to incorporate into UWF just because it's taking so long between episodes, or just because I didn't really like the format I was doing and I couldn't write them in the ways that I wanted to. Honestly, I was just creatively stifled. I didn't know what feuds I was going with. I'd do one thing one week and then I'd change my mind the next. Maybe it comes down to the fact that UWF had such a slow start. It was kind of all over the place. The quality was really bad. I had no idea what I was doing. I was using just generic looking championships before I got the new titles made by My Damn Toys, and then I had to write them in, and I really didn't get to use them like at all, which really is a shame. They're beautiful titles. You can see AJ and Samoa Joe on the screen now wearing two of those titles that I absolutely love. The production level was really high. I mean, like 90% of the effort went into editing and putting Titantrons and all this crazy stuff in, and I still felt like it wasn't enough. And then it came down to the fact where I was realizing more and more that I'm getting closer and closer to university. This September I will be moving out 5 hours away from here and living in a small dorm room for a while. And that's a pretty scary thing. How am I going to have a massive arena and backstage setup in a small dorm room where it would take up literally half of the entire room? So I considered selling all of my WWE figures, just giving up and being done with figure content, period. My numbers have been dipping the last few months. My views are down. And honestly, I kind of miss it. I do miss making figure content sometimes. I really do. I haven't bought an action figure for months, but then just like 2 days ago, I was in Walmart, and you know what? I said, screw it. Why don't I go to the action figure aisle and just take a look? It's been a while. And you know what I did? I actually bought an action figure. I bought this Marvel Legends Thor, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful figure. I love having it in my Marvel Legends collection. And then I remember a good friend of mine in the community, Venomine Figs, who recently quit. He deleted all his videos, stopped posting on Instagram. He was just done. And he had so many good points in his video that it really struck me and made me steer even more away from the action figure community. And I was at that point basically done, ready to sell my collection, but something was still stopping me. I don't know what. But like I said the other day, I bought that Thor action figure and it was great. I've been, messing around with my figures a little bit. I've got a bunch of them set up on my table right now because I'm trying to decide what I want to do in the future with UWF, because I know what's happening right now is not going to work. Well, I mean, nothing's happening right now. Then recently, another content creator who I really looked up to for a long time, G9097, made a bit of a comeback, and he had a new setup, and he had moved out, I guess, into a new place, and he really downsized his collection, and it really struck with me, you don't have to get rid of all your figures to move out or anything like that, or to start fresh. You can just get rid of some and keep the guys you need, because there's no reason right now that I need to have 15 Seth Rollins Elites whenever I'm only going to use one, maybe two. And it just really struck with me, his whole message behind that. Having so many action figures isn't really going to make you happy. It's taking up space, and you just don't need so many of the same action figure when you're not using them at all, which I'm obviously not. For those people like MDT and some of my other friends that collect so many action figures, it's so cool. I'd absolutely love to do that, but it's just not for me. So I'm definitely going to be downsizing my action figure collection. I'll be keeping the guys that I want to use on my show, but anyone beyond that, I don't really have a need for them if they're just going to sit on a shelf or something like that. I've missed making figure content. The only figure content I've made for the past 6 months, other than the odd time, has really been unboxings. I miss doing reviews. I was trying to get my own take on them, and maybe it's time I start trying to work at that whenever the next Elite set is coming out. I just hated how everyone was making sort of the same videos in the community. Everyone was just copying each other. It's just the generic review. If I'm going to review figures, I want it to be different. I want to give people a reason to watch my video instead of the 37 other channels that are doing the exact same thing every single month whenever a new set comes out. Really, I feel like it's come down to the fact of who gets the figures first rather than who makes the best content. But that's enough about the negative stuff and why I almost basically sold my collection and gave up, but I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. Because it's time for a fresh start. It's time to start over again and find my own format of figure videos and make it fun again for me, because I really, really miss it. The most fun I had on YouTube was around 2 years ago when I was making all sorts of content, not just figure, not just non-figure. For a while I did just figure, and that completely burned me out. For the last 6 months I've been doing just not figure. And I'm stifled for ideas, I'm bored, I don't enjoy it as much, it's a chore to make videos. So I need to find a balance.
Perfectly balanced, this whole thing should be.
In making videos, the videos that I want to make, like I said at the start of the year. And I have been making the videos I want to make lately. And it's been fun, but I just haven't been posting as much. Because I've been telling myself not to make figure videos, or not to do this, or not to do that, and I need to just pull the trigger and give it a try, and do all sorts of different videos. It doesn't matter if it's a figure video or a non-figure video. If I want to make it, I'm going to make it. But like I said, it's time to start fresh with the Pic-Fed. I think one thing I need to do is make a new setup and, try to figure out a smaller setup for whenever I do move up to college that I'll still be able to continue it and not have to completely stop, because if I start this over again, I don't want to have to stop it come September whenever I move out. I do want to try to incorporate Marvel and Star Wars and other action figures that I have, because they're cool and I really like it. So if I could, incorporate them and have them in the crowd somehow or something like that, I'd really like to do that. Maybe it's time I go back to episodes, but, find my own format. Maybe there's no brand split, or maybe the episodes are a little bit shorter and certain wrestlers are only on every few weeks or something like that. Maybe I won't do commentary, but I'll have stuff appearing on the screen. Maybe I'll do music, who knows? I don't know what I want to do at this point. I need to find really my own style of Pic-Fed if I'm going to continue this. and I need to do it at my own pace. So I'm not going to promise you when the Pic-Fed is restarting because I don't know. I want to take this at my own pace to give you guys a quality product that you'll be happy with and a quality product that I'll enjoy. But, like I said, I was really happy with that ladder match from UWF TLC. That was the unfinished show that I was still working on. So, I'm going to release it. I have to edit it, maybe add some sound effects. I haven't decided if I want to do music or something like that in the background, or maybe I'll do like actual sound effects, but I do really want to release that match because I was really proud of it and I think it turned out amazing. So I will be releasing the ladder match that was supposed to kick off UWF TLC. Probably this weekend. I could probably get it out in a matter of days, so that will still be coming. But I will be restarting the Pic-Fed. I will be restarting it when I decide to, at my own pace, with a new setup, a new format, my own style, the way I want to make it. So that way I'm more motivated to make it. That way you guys get more episodes. It's all just like a win-win situation. It's really the best thing. I feel like I've had this on my chest for so long. Every time I post a video, there's at least one person that says, where's the Pic-Fed? When's TLC coming? Where's this? Why'd you quit Pic-Fedding? I never quit, but I needed a break. And I appreciate everybody who stuck along and watched my other videos and continued to support me. So many of you guys, you're absolutely amazing. I love every single one of you so much. And I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and the platform you guys have given me to share my passion of wrestling and action figures. So the Pic-Fed will be returning. I don't know when, but I'll try to keep you guys updated. I'll try to come up with a format as soon as I can, I guess, and we'll make this happen. Thank you, guys.